So I've had a few days with the Rode Wireless Go system and it's pretty good. I must say I'm pretty impressed with it. For $199 US, I don't think you can go wrong really. Now I have done an audio comparison with this, which is my Sennheiser AVX system. I have two of these systems. I'm actually recording at the moment with one of the systems and this is my spare system. Now I've done a quick audio test with this, the AVX system, using the same Sennheiser microphone, and I put it up against the Rode system. So it was outdoors, it wasn't in the gallery, it wasn't in the echo chamber, but it was outside. And I've tested it with the same Sennheiser microphone, and I've also tested it with its internal microphone. And it was actually clipped here on my chest. It was actually clipped to my linen bag, just to see how well this little tiny internal microphone does, as opposed to a microphone being up here. Now I did also use the windshield as well. Okay, I'm now testing the Sennheiser system with the Sennheiser microphone, the Sennheiser transmitter and the receiver that is actually on the camera. Now it's plugged into the Panasonic Lumix S1 and it's in the 3.5 socket and it's directing the camera recording. There's no other work done. Now I'm testing the new Rode Wireless Go system using the Sennheiser microphone, which is plugged into the actual transmitter, and the receiver is on top of the camera. Now that's plugged into the Panasonic Lumix S1 into the 3.5 headphone jack. So this is a test of the Wireless Go internal microphone with the windshield. Now I've got this clipped onto my linen bag. This is normally what I would wear when I'm walking around. So it'd be very interesting to see if this microphone will actually be as good as having the microphone up here. Now the windshield should help cut down the noise, and again, sorry, I'm on a very, very busy road. This is Hobson Street, which is the main road out of Auckland. So this is where I live and work basically. So I'm underneath a canopy, so I'm not getting wet, which is great. Now this audio file again will be put into a Dropbox folder, and then you guys can download it, play around with it and see what you think of it. But I'm gonna get back into the studio now because it's getting pretty cold. The unit is very small. I've done a time test on it, I guess you could say, to see how long the battery would last. I got to 5 hours and I gave up basically. It will do over 5 hours. There was still battery life shown in the little display down here, and after 5 hours basically, that's good enough for me. The fact that you can actually charge these on the go via USB-C, and the fact you can power them by USB-C if the battery completely runs flat, so you've got no problems of using it, which is something I like because the Sennheiser system doesn't. When the batteries are flat, that's it, it's over. You have to recharge the whole battery again and then use it, and that's a right pain because sometimes the battery has run out on this, and that's why I have two sets, because I got it basically for the spare battery. It's very hard to get these batteries in New Zealand, so I bought another set. The transmitter is very small. It has a little tiny belt clip on the back, internal microphone, and you can put an external microphone in it. Now the nice thing with this is you can use this with any microphone. Basically it has a 3.5 jack, which I've tested with the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, and it works really well with that as well. So it means you can actually put a microphone in locations you normally can't, and the distance that it works between the transmitter and receiver is pretty good. I don't exactly know how far it is, but the distance I've tested in, which is inside here, which is 30 meters long, I had no problem with it at all, to be truthful. And it was actually, I was behind the wall as well, and it went through the plasterboard wall, no problem at all. So very, very impressed with that. Now, a couple of things that I don't like about the system, well, both of them actually, the transmitter and receiver, they're shiny plastic, and I mean like real shiny plastic. You can actually see it reflecting in the light. Very, very shiny. Now, this is gonna scratch really easily straight away, and it reflects light like a mirror. So when it was on my chest here, it was actually reflecting the light and it looked like a mirror basically, which is very distracting, and you don't want that in your videos. So this should be matte, like a matte plastic on the front, because these are just gonna be chucked in people's bags. A lot of YouTubers I know don't look after their stuff very well, and they're gonna scratch up very, very easy. So not impressed with that. So I'm gonna try and get some matte plastic that I can stick on the front to take away that glare, because it does show up quite bad. That's something I don't like, and like I said, it's going to scratch really easy and it will look really nasty after a short period of time. Now the other thing I don't like, you'll see here I have a very strange bracket. I'm looking up there because there's another camera over there. You have a very strange bracket on here. Now I'll take this unit off. This actually sits on your camera flat like this. I should actually show you on. This is the S1R. So this actually sits on your camera like that. You can't see anything at the front. There is no lights, no nothing to indicate. The actual transmitter has two lights on it, so you can see what's happening. With this, there is no lights on the front, so you can't actually see whether the battery's okay, whether the volume's okay, whether the signal's okay, whether it's working really, to be truthful, when you're looking straight at the camera, which is a real poor design in my mind. They should have done something with that. It's not a good design, even if it was just a couple of little LED lights just to indicate what was going on. One red, one green to say it's recording. The red one starts flashing when you start peaking, but you can't see that. So what I've done, being the person I am, I've made up a little bracket. Now this is one of my little monitor brackets, and I put a link to this down below in the description, and it's got a little cold shoe adapter on top. So what I've done is it goes in there, that slides on, and it means I can see exactly what's going on. And the nice thing is, it goes all the way around too. So it's on a swivel as well. And it's not very expensive, this bracket. It's very, very cheap. I quite like that. Now the other nice thing as well is when you put the cable up there and push it down, it hides the cable nice and neat around the camera. Now that's just a bracket I've made up because I think that was a really bad design not to have any indication at the front. Apart from that, there's nothing else wrong with it. This is highly recommended. I have not come across an audio device that is this price, this well built, this quality, that I would recommend 100%. My Sennheiser system I would recommend if you can afford them. In New Zealand, 1,400 New Zealand dollars for this. This is about 350. And like I said, I can't charge this via USB, so I can't run it on my cameras if the batteries are flat. With this unit I can. And actually the display is really, really good. Now it's like this, I can see it and I know what's going on. So very highly recommended. Now, the audio that I've tested and I've listened to, really good actually. I can't fault the audio at all. It's not the same as this. I don't think it's as crisp as the Sennheiser system, but to be honest, it's not the price of the Sennheiser system, and most people won't tell because I'll be outside or I'll be recording in my echo chamber. Now I actually use a special software in here. I know a lot of people complain about the echo in here, but I use a special software. If you were to hear how bad this is, actually, you can hear it now because the echo software has been taken off, and now I'm back to the echo software. You can see the software does a very good job. And this internal microphone with this windshield was the part that impressed me the most. This does an amazing job. And the fact that I don't have to carry an extra microphone around with me is even better. So yes, very, very recommended. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick video. I didn't want to make it too long because some of these videos can go on a bit. I'm just going over some of the things that I've come across and what I think of it. It's a very, very good device and it's highly recommended. I don't think you're going to get anything better than this, and it's Rode. Remember, this is Rode Australia. These are still made in Australia as well. So you're getting that really good quality that you expect from Rode. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.